From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Our community came together at a time of need.
Scorched earth 1 year later. What communities across several Wyoming counties are holding on to a year after the historic Elk Fire.
Played it all over in my head like nothing could have been played any different. It just happened.
Survival through teamwork, one man's story after getting hit in the head by a boulder, and a rescue crew's actions to get him home.
It just became a lifestyle that we loved as a family.
And Alpaca agriculture, how a family-owned ranch grew from just a few to many, and what their goals are in the future for Montana. Those stories and much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning and welcome back to Montana This Morning on this Monday, September 26th. I'm Hailey Monaco here with Miller Robson. Good morning, Miller.
Hello, Hailey. And I'm just, my whole world's just been sent off kilter. You don't drink coffee. She has power drinks today. It's National Coffee Day, and this whole time I thought you were drinking coffee.
And I just said it's September 26th instead of September 29th. So maybe I should be drinking coffee.
You should be drinking coffee.
My goodness.
By the way, tomorrow is Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just kidding. All right. It is Monday. What
it is. It's a Monday.
By the way, we had such a wonderful time Saturday.
We did.
Down at the Metro for the Saturday Live, helping out the Education Foundation for Billings Public Schools. I think we got some video a little bit later on of the kids getting on there and having fun with the green screen. We had a good time. That was a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting. It was a wonderful cause and it was a wonderful event. All right, to talk weather. Yesterday and the next couple of days, we're still going to be about 10 to 15, maybe 20 degrees above average. We hit 82 yesterday, so about 14 degrees above the norm. Our low of 48, just a few degrees above average. Top gust yesterday of 27 miles an hour. It's been dry out there, very dry month. We are in the hole, and we're going to end up in the hole, and we're going to start the 1st of October in the hole as well. Maybe by the second half of the week into the weekend, a better chance we could see some rain here in Billings, but very light accumulation if anything happens. We're still pacing ahead for the year, though. You can see we do have a little bit of rain off to our west. We do have the southwest flow coming in, so the mountains and the foothills, a chance to see some showers the next couple of days. Again, light accumulation. Temperatures right now, mainly in the 50s and some 40s off across the eastern plains. We're sitting at 57 right now here in Billings. Winds out of the southwest at about 8 miles an hour. We'll see a good bit of sunshine today. Will be a dry day. By lunchtime, we'll be in the low 70s. By the time we head home, we'll be in the low to mid 80s. And we're just going to hold on to these 80s for the most part all the way through probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, a little cooler behind a cold front. And then the weekend. Big changes on the way. Big cool down heading our way. How cool can it get? Let you know coming up.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, Miller.
Okay.
And this morning, we are taking a look back at 1 year ago when the Elk Fire tore through the Bighorn National Forest. On Saturday, September 27th, that fire scorched 100,000 acres, leaving lasting damage in Sheridan and Johnson counties. Fast forward to today, the message is still the same. Communities helping communities. Our Mac Carmack takes us back to the scars, the stories, and the emotions still burning from one of Wyoming's most devastating wildfires.
What began as a lightning strike quickly turned into devastation.
It was challenging for everyone.
I know that I never want to have to do that again.
I stood in this exact same spot almost 1 year ago today, and as you can see, the scars from this destructive and devastating wildfire still remain. The Elk Fire was one of the most catastrophic events the Bighorn National Forest has ever experienced.
Now, a year later, you can look out at the mountain and it looks a lot different.
Any other year, this region of the Bighorn National Forest would be a vivid evergreen. Now, black ash, dead trees, and little sign of life remain.
I don't think everybody can say they've been that close to a fire.
Definitely the mountain looks a lot different than it did before.
The Elk Fire burned for 48 consecutive days, impacting 3,000 residents and 10,000 acres of forest. Looking back, if you ask any Sheridan County survivors about the Elk Fire, two themes arise: community and calamity.
Everybody coming together was a collaborative effort, and at the federal level when we had that critical incident management team come in. But I think the collaboration between all of the first responders and our community was something special to see.
The Sheridan County Sheriff's Office was responsible for evacuating all residents in the danger zone. Sheriff Levi Dominguez tells me it was the collaboration between first responders and the community that saved the day.
our community came together at a time of need.
And just like how first responders evacuated those in danger,
the first responders helped us in getting employees down the mountain.
Those in the community acted as a stabilizing shoulder for the first responders. For instance, the Tongue River Valley Community Center acted as a meeting zone.
Both of our centers got used a lot during that time, but it was real emotional as it just was affecting so many people.
The Bear Lodge Resort opened up shelter and refuge.
We did have some people that stayed here initially that were helping with bathrooms for the firefighters that were helping, and some of the firefighters stayed here.
And the Parkman Bar and Grill kept the first responders fed.
I'm sure that we would all come together again to support one another, which is what we all do here.
Even though the Elk Fire left devastation, those affected say it was an opportunity for learning, healing, and collaboration.
It was really emotional. We had employees, donors, members that were being directly affected.
It helped us to solidify a lot of our emergency plans, or make sure that everyone knew what we would do in case of an emergency.
Our community here in Sheridan and surrounding areas and states reached out to me with the most community support I've ever seen or even heard of, and I've done a lot of things in my short time.
Remembering the Elk Fire in Sheridan County, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Mac, great story. Thank you. In new developments on an ongoing situation in Michigan this morning, at least 4 people are dead and 8 hurt after a man smashed his pickup truck into a church Sunday, then started shooting. Police say the suspect also set the building on fire before being killed in a shootout. Tina Kraus reports.
Flames and heavy smoke rose from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan after the early morning attack.
I need manpower up here ASAP. I have people trapped in the building. Repeat, people trapped in the building.
It happened during Sunday morning service. Police arrived within 30 seconds of a 911 call.
I saw 4 tarps at the time. I don't know what's left there now, but 4 body tarps. The church is engulfed in flames, not much left of it.
Police identified the gunman as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford, a Marine veteran from the nearby town of Burton. They say 2 American flags were in his pickup truck that crashed through the church doors before he opened fire on hundreds of worshipers with an assault rifle.
They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety.
Police say the suspect used some sort of accelerant to start the fire and had explosive devices with him. The FBI is calling the shooting an act of targeted violence.
You never know what a person is going through, and you never know what is going on in a person's mind.
Authorities say officers chased the gunman after he left the church and killed him in a shootout. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Police say 2 of the victims were found in the burned out debris of the church, and some people are still unaccounted for, and the death toll could rise. In Washington, congressional leaders are heading to the White House today to meet with President Donald Trump as the federal funding battle continues. The meeting comes just 1 day before the deadline for Congress to come up with a budget. The meeting involving House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Democrats are pushing for an extension of subsidies that help low and middle income earners purchase insurance through the Affordable Care Act to pass a new budget. Republicans need at least 8 Democrats to vote in the Senate to keep the government from shutting down. Another warning this morning about some of Montana's most popular waterways. State officials say harmful algae blooms are showing up in lakes across the Treasure State, including the Tongue River Reservoir in Bighorn County. It's a situation we first reported to you last week. The blooms can release toxins dangerous to both people and pets. With what to watch out for and what to do if you spot one, here's our Hannah Pettiferry.
On any given day, the Tongue River Reservoir is a place often packed.
I try to get out here at least once a year, if not more often.
Mark Landerman from Wyoming and his dogs come for the fishing.
They don't get to play in the water like they usually do.
That's because a toxin is lurking on the lake known as blue-green algae.
Pretty concerning. because we do fish quite often in the fall, and it seems like the past recent years it's been happening quite a bit.
The algae is like poison for humans and pets.
We have a couple dogs with us, and so we're having to take extra precautions with this.
So Mark makes sure he's keeping the dogs out of the water.
We keep them on the leash and then put them right into the boats. They're sitting in the boats or in the trucks.
The Montana DEQ says blue-green algae is popping up in several areas of the state this time of year. And here's what it looks like: thick pea soup, grass clippings, or spilled paint on the surface of the lake.
Lower waters this time of year can increase the presence of harmful algae blooms, especially in areas of shallow and warmer waters.
Ryan Bogers at Tongue Marina.
I did see areas around the lake, around the reservoir, on shore with, a teal-looking crust there basically, and that's when we were told it was blue-green algae.
Is watching the blooms closely.
There was a lot of concern about it. There was a lot of people calling to ask about it.
Even fielding calls to the marina about it.
May have been some day users that decided against coming down here, but I don't really think it impacted overall the visitation of the park.
But he's staying educated and not letting it ruin the last of his summer fun.
Labor Day weekend, I took all the kids out, and I think it was Sunday afternoon, and we were on the water tubing and swimming, everything.
As for Mark, he's choosing to avoid it.
Definitely care about the dogs and don't want them to get sick. So.
In Bighorn County, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.
Hannah, thank you. While autumn can be a busy time of year for any farmer or rancher, it's an especially busy time of year for alpaca ranchers. One of Yellowstone County's alpaca farms is prepping for their busy tourism season, which entails a lot of maintenance for the cute creatures. Our Mac Carmack takes us to the Mule Train Alpaca Ranch in this morning's Montana Ag Report.
It's a hard day's work at any ranch. But here at Mule Train Alpacas, it's hard and heartwarming work.
It just became a lifestyle that we loved as a family.
This is Angie and Udo Lingby Cox, who own the ranch. You could say their love story is just as interesting as the work they do.
Well, I went over to Germany as an au pair, and then I applied for school over there and was accepted. And that's when I met Udo at school.
They've been operating the farm with their kids since 2016. Angie and Udo say each day is filled with surprises, which is why their motto is Spit Happens.
They're easy keepers. They're easy for kids to take care of.
A big part of daily life here at Mule Train Alpacas is feeding 120 of these cute and furry little creatures. For Udo, the day begins at 5:30 a.m. to start feeding the alpacas and the sheep, chicken, dogs, and other animals around the farm.
They have one of the best fibers in the world, one of the softest fibers in the world.
All that work for the soft, cotton-like wool.
It is one of the best fibers out there.
When Angie and Udo aren't at their 9-to-5s, they're taking care of these alpacas, whether that's shearing their fiber, trimming their toenails, or weighing the new babies.
I'll clean it and skirt it and sort it, and then I'll send it off to the mill and tell them what I'd like to have done with it. And then they send it back with either ready-made products or yarn, roving, felt, different types of things, yeah.
And it's work you can see up close for yourself. I mean, who doesn't want to hold a 3-day-old baby alpaca?
We do tours by appointment right now. Come and visit us, see how amazing these animals are. We love to share our animals and what they've done with everybody. Their fiber, the animals, just the interactions. So,
reporting in Yellowstone County, Matt Carmack, MTN News.